And speaking of which, as we come to the last topic before I go really tie one on and watch some rock and roll documentaries about the Eagles and maybe Rush, even though Rush stinks, you heard it here first. They stink.
That's all code for I assume.
Yep. But when it comes to Kevin Brennan, I'm always fascinated by this relationship he has going on with Ray DeVito, because it really is like a case of this new soft pushovers come into prison, and he's Kevin Brennan's prison bitch, and he gets Ray on the show and he yells at him for like 2.5 hours, gives him shit, trashes Ray when he's not around. Then Ray has to literally ask permission to go on other people's shows to make sure that Kevin's going to be okay with it. Now, if Kevin was paying him like $3,000, $4,000 a month to do that, I'd be like, well, that's not bad money. I would do the same. He's getting $9,000 a year, and I can't do math. I mean, I could. I just choose not to. Somebody else can put 12 into 9,000.
Yeah.
I know the answer. I just won't say it.
Echo, what's 9,000 divided by 12?
Good afternoon, Stephen. 9,000 divided by 12 is 750.
There you go.
So he's getting $750 a show. Is that really worth being completely humiliated? Like, I was on the train up and down from Dublin over the last day.
You do it for free. Why not?
Huh?
You get humiliated for free. Why not? What you would take 750, wouldn't you?
You gotta look at what's that percentage of
minus,
Ray's income, though?
How about 750 minus 638?
Have another beer.
But
let's say Ray makes $7,000 a month as a comic. That's still 10% of his income. Well, I know. That's what I'm saying. I don't. That might be more than he makes. That's 10% of his income. You hate to give up 10% of your income. But I think that's a lot of that's a bit. Ray likes to play into that. And I will say this about Kevin. He and I have only interacted a few times, and it's always been very positive. And Kevin and I have never had a problem. And I don't watch his show, but I listen to, again, to me, WATP is kind of the Reader's Digest. That's where I get all of my news because there's just so much. I have a real job. I cannot keep up with all this stuff.
Do you think that Kevin Brennan's addicted to pretending to be angry all the time?
Yeah, that's his thing, isn't it? I mean, it's been his thing.
But it's fucking boring because somebody sent me a clip of I've been doing this co-hosting Bob Levy's show, and Brennan was roasting the show, but instead of actually saying anything, he was just going, good one, very good. It's like, but that's not roasting. That's just making noise, like a smelly dog.
Yeah, well, that's the technique that another person that snipe streams too is like, oh, really, Carl? Really, Carl? It's like, dude, those aren't jokes.
Is that Lemmi? Was that your Lemmi impression?
No, no. But so I mean, that's apparently that's a thing now, is snipe streaming and just saying things like that. But Kevin has been very successful in the business, not as successful as his brother, I think, and that's made him angry. That's what I hear. He's never expressed that to me, or that maybe is just a bit. I don't know. I do know that it may be boring to you that he's angry all the time, but he's got hardcore fans that love it. And so if that works for him, well, shit, who are we? Who am I to criticize it? I'm not going to. I've found him to be very pleasant in person. And,
do you think that he crosses a line with Carl though? Because like that whole thing about the mandolin was the biggest non-issue ever. Like so Carl's wife and Carl is sort of infamous for the fact that he's consistently working.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that his wife would say to him, "How about a break?"
Yeah.
Like, that's not exactly, stuttering John trying to hit on a 24-year-old dumb bitch on live internet while his stupid kids are fucking watching.
No, he's got a wife who loves him, and maybe that's code in their house for something else. Who knows? We don't know. It was a very pleasant interaction between the two of them, and they love each other, and they're a great couple. And I didn't realize that was being made fun of, to the extent that it was, until Carl, said nap jokes are off limits in a very ironic way. So, I didn't think that was anything.
Do you think Carl's wife is into anal?
Oh, God.
Let's go upstairs and shove that mandolin up your nap time.
Yeah. How about instead of nap time, we push some crap time?
That's actually pretty good.
Thank you.
No, I think Boo's right. Car crash would have been more accurate.
Is that what happened to you, Quad?
You see? You're stupid minds. Stupid.
He's a fucking idiot.
I think Kevin Brennan just has a good eye for, like, your prison analogy was pretty spot on. Like, he walks around the yard looking for people with weaknesses that he can exploit, like Chad and Ray and all these guys, Kate Meany. He just knows putting them on the show is going to end up like making them look like assholes, and everyone can have fun with it. And that's exactly what his show's built on. It's fun. A bunch of punching bags come in, get lit up, and it's over. And
a lot of people really enjoy that, so it works for him. And then, is Kevin on the road anymore? I mean, I don't know. I think he's making all of his income with this now, and that's
I don't think he's done
pretty sweet gig.
I don't think he's done an event since him and Bob did their events, and that's been I'm guessing it's been at least like 9 months or something since he's done a gig. Seems like.
Yeah.
Lemmi, you're the anal addicted outsider. What do you think is the coughing? What do you think is the Brennan thing? Do you think it's getting stale, or do you think it's obvious that he's faking it, or do you think it's all legit?
I think it's mostly a show. Like, I use him as kind of a social barometer. Like, if he's freaking out over something like, have you taken a nap? That means there's nothing going on in the Dabbleverse that week at all. So
slow news week.
Yeah.
Big words for a crunt like you.
Yeah, and he's like, it's like, that's the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen. And it's like,
Hughes is an idiot.
He's drunk all the time. He's like, well, I proved you wrong, didn't I, Kevin? I think that's a good one to wrap up on that bomb of an impression.